Have you ever felt like something was missing? Like there was a version of yourself waiting to be discovered somewhere far from home? What if I told you that feeling has a place, and that place is France? Today, I'm going to show you why France isn't just another travel destination. It's a journey that will change how you see the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. So, grab your coffee, or maybe a croissant if you're feeling inspired, and let's talk about why France needs to be your next adventure. 1. The magic of Paris. Let's start with the obvious. Paris, the city of light, the city of love. But here's the thing. Paris isn't famous because of good marketing. It's famous because it actually delivers on the promise of magic. Imagine this. You step off the metro, and suddenly you're standing in front of the Eiffel Tower. But you're not prepared for how it makes you feel. Photos don't capture it. Videos don't capture it. Because what hits you isn't just the sight of it, it's the weight of history, the romance, the fact that you're standing exactly where millions of dreamers stood before you. And then night falls, and the Eiffel Tower begins to sparkle. Every hour, on the hour, it lights up like a cascade of diamonds against the dark sky. And in that moment, surrounded by people from every corner of the world, all looking up in wonder, you realize something. You're part of something bigger than yourself. But Paris is so much more than the Eiffel Tower. Walk through the Louvre, where you'll stand face to face with the Mona Lisa. Stroll along the Seine River as street artists paint the city around you. Climb the steps of Montmartre to the Sacré-Cœur, where the entire city spreads out beneath you like a living painting. And the cafes. Oh, the cafes. There's something about sitting at a tiny table on a Parisian sidewalk, watching the world go by, sipping an espresso that tastes like velvet. Time moves differently here. Slower, more intentional. And you start to understand what the French have known all along. Life isn't meant to be rushed. But if you think France is just Paris, you're missing 99% of the story. Let's travel south to Provence. Picture endless fields of lavender rolling in waves of purple under the summer sun. The air is thick with fragrance. Cicadas sing in the heat. Small villages made of honey-colored stone dot the hillsides, looking exactly as they did 500 years ago. Here, you'll discover the France that inspired Van Gogh and Cézanne. You'll wander through local markets bursting with fresh produce, artisan cheeses, and olives in every shade imaginable. You'll taste wines that carry the essence of the Mediterranean sun in every sip. Then there's the French Riviera. Nice, Cannes, Monaco. Azure waters so blue they don't look real. Beaches where you can lounge like a movie star, and a nightlife that pulses with energy and glamour. Head west to Bordeaux, and you're in wine country. This isn't just about drinking wine, though you'll definitely do plenty of that. It's about understanding terroir, the way soil and climate and centuries of tradition come together in a single glass. You'll tour chateaux that look like they belong in fairy tales, and you'll learn that wine isn't just a beverage in France, it's a philosophy. Go north to Normandy, and suddenly you're walking through history. The D-Day beaches stretch before you, quiet now, but heavy with memory. Mont Saint-Michel rises from the mist like a medieval dream, an island abbey that seems to float between sea and sky. And don't forget the French Alps. Chamonix sits at the base of Mont Blanc, offering some of the most spectacular mountain scenery on Earth. Whether you're skiing in winter or hiking in summer, the Alps remind you that France has every landscape you could dream of. The Loire Valley gives you castles, not just one or two, dozens of them. Chambord, Chenonceau, Villandry with its perfect Renaissance gardens. Each one is a masterpiece of architecture and imagination. Now let's talk about something really important: the food. French cuisine isn't just famous, it's the foundation of how the entire world thinks about fine dining. But here's what makes it special. You don't need to eat at a Michelin-starred restaurant to experience it, though you can if you want. The magic of French food is that even the simplest things are done with extraordinary care. A baguette from a neighborhood boulangerie, still warm from the oven with a crust that shatters when you bite it, and an interior soft as clouds, that's not just bread. That's craft. That's passion. A croissant that's so buttery and flaky it leaves golden crumbs all over your shirt and you don't even care because it's the best thing you've ever tasted. Cheese, not just cheese, hundreds of varieties of cheese. Creamy camembert, tangy roquefort, rich comté. Each region has its specialties, and each cheese tells the story of its place. And then there are the dishes: coq au vin, beef bourguignon, ratatouille, bouillabaisse, crème brûlée, tarte tatin, macarons in every color of the rainbow. But it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat. The French have elevated dining to an art form. Meals last for hours, multiple courses, wine pairings, conversation that flows like the wine itself. Because eating isn't just about sustenance in France. It's about connection, celebration, life. Here's what nobody tells you about traveling to France. You don't just visit it, it visits you back. It gets inside you and changes you. You'll learn to slow down, to savor, to find joy in small, perfect moments. A sunrise, a conversation with a local who doesn't speak your language but communicates in the smiles and hand gestures. The way light falls through a stained glass window in a cathedral that's been standing for 800 years. You'll gain confidence, navigating foreign streets, ordering food in broken French and laughing at your mistakes, figuring out the metro system, taking wrong turns that lead to the best discoveries. Every challenge you overcome makes you a little braver. You'll understand culture differently. France takes art seriously, literature seriously, philosophy seriously, good living seriously. And being immersed in that, even for a short time, shifts your perspective. You start to question what matters, what you're optimizing your life for, whether you're making time for beauty and pleasure and human connection. You'll collect stories that become part of your identity. The time you got caught in a rainstorm near Notre Dame and ducked into a bookshop. The elderly woman at the market who insisted you try her strawberries and wouldn't take no for an answer. The sunset you watched from a bridge over the Seine that made you understand why poets have written about Paris for centuries. And yes, you might even fall in love with a place, with an experience, with a version of yourself you didn't know existed. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. France sounds amazing, but is it practical? Is it affordable? Will I feel out of place? Here's the truth. France is more accessible than you think. You don't need to speak perfect French. The locals appreciate any effort, even if it's just bonjour, merci, and s'il vous plaît. And in major cities, plenty of people speak English. You don't need to be wealthy. Yes, you can spend a fortune if you want, but you can also travel France on a budget. Stay in charming guest houses or vacation rentals instead of luxury hotels. Eat at local bistros and boulangeries instead of fancy restaurants. Buy wine from a supermarket and have a picnic in a park. Some of the best experiences in France are free. Walking through neighborhoods, visiting cathedrals, people watching from a bench. You don't need to be sophisticated or cultured to enjoy France. You just need to be curious, open, willing to try new things and embrace the unfamiliar. France welcomes everyone. Solo travelers, couples, families, young backpackers, retirees, finally taking that dream trip. There's a version of France for every kind of traveler. So, here's my challenge to you. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time doesn't exist. There will always be reasons to postpone, to play it safe, to choose the familiar over the extraordinary. But here's what I've learned. The things you don't do are the things you regret. Not the things you try and mess up, not the adventures that don't go perfectly, the blank spaces, the unopened doors, the paths not taken. France is more than a location on a map. It's a reminder that the world is vast and beautiful and full of wonder, that life can be savored, not just survived, that you're capable of more adventure than you give yourself credit for. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Will you wish you had gone? Or will you be scrolling through photos of your trip, already planning your return? The croissants are waiting. The lavender fields are in bloom. The Eiffel Tower sparkles every night. The wine is aging perfectly. And somewhere in France, there's an experience with your name on it. If this video inspired you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more travel inspiration, and drop a comment telling me which part of France you want to visit most. Paris? Provence? The Alps? I read every comment and I love hearing about your travel dreams. Remember, life is short, the world is wide, and France is calling. A bientôt, my friends. See you in the next video, and maybe, just maybe, I'll see you in France.